Thanks for staying with us. The Supreme Court today came out with a judgment that slams the two-tumbler system that is still prevalent in many parts of Tamil Nadu. According to the practice, separate tumblers are kept aside for serving tea or other drinks to scheduled caste and non-scheduled caste persons. The apex court now has acted tough and said that if any incidents are reported, the police will be reprimanded for any cases. Joining us over the phone line with more inputs on that story is the chief legal correspondent with NDTV 24/7, Arunachalam Vaidyanathan. It's quite shocking that something like this even exists these days, but this judgment was more or less a strong message to even those who enforce this rule, would you say?
Yeah, of course. Basically, the judgment came out while the Supreme Court discussed the case about the SC Act where some atrocities are committed. So while upholding the judgment of the Madras High Court, the Supreme Court went into because the judgment was given by Justice Markandeya Kadju and Gyan Sudha Mishra. Mind that Markandeya Kadju was the Chief Justice of Madras High Court. He knows what's happening in Tamil Nadu. So in that he just discussed the issue of two-tumbler issue, particularly prevalent in southern parts of Tamil Nadu, particularly Madurai and adjoining areas. He says that it's a crime against the SC and it's also an offence under the SC Act. But even then, the police officials and administrative officials know very well this is happening, but despite that, no action is being taken against them. That's why the judgment clearly says the administrative officials, including the police officials who themselves knew about this going on, despite that if they don't take any action, action will be taken against these officials and disciplinary proceedings should also be proceeded against by the state government. This in fact is very serious, very indictment of the administration in southern parts of Tamil Nadu, and also this gives hand and leverage to the state government to punish those officials so that this two-tumbler system is completely abolished in the southern parts of Tamil Nadu.
Thanks very much indeed, Vaidyanathan, for joining us with your inputs there on that story. Well, let's hope that does put an end to that practice in the southern belt of the state. Now, have you always looked for excuses to avoid that dreadful dental visit? Well, looks like Dr. Smiles may have some relief to offer via acupuncture. Yes, that's right. Through this method, the dependence on traditional dental sedation is greatly reduced, while also offering relief from pain. Dr. Smiles has teamed up with a research institute and claims that there would be hardly any side effects or even drug-induced allergy that one may develop in other forms of therapy.
So you have various types of patients. Some of them are very minimally anxious. Some of them are really anxious. So what we have seen is for the patient who has got a less anxious level, we can do it even without any other sedation technique. But for the really anxious patient, this has got an advantage is that it reduces the dosage. So it's a different grades. It's not like this can be done for this purpose. It's just for different levels of patients, you could do it in a different way.
Now, it's perhaps the first time that the people of the state have to wait a whole month like this for the poll outcome. Though the election watchdog has relaxed the model code of conduct, poor farmers have been caught unawares. They are now being denied seeds and fertilizers at subsidized prices even after polling is over. Sam Daniel has more of this withering tale.
Tamil Nadu government literally in limbo. With a month-long wait for the assembly poll results, the state government is still governed by the Election Commission's model code of conduct. And that's bad news for the farmers. With the southwest monsoon due in May, more than 60% of their poor lot are denied seeds and fertilizers at subsidized price.
நமக்கு உணவு உற்பத்தி பாதிக்கும். இதை புதுசா நம்ம கொடுக்கறதில்ல. ஏற்கனவே இருக்கிறது.
Following the protest by the ruling DMK, the Election Commission now says even now the state government can carry out its important works by obtaining prior permission. Very soon it will also release the revised model code of conduct. Thanks to the Election Commission's tough measures, cash for vote was curtailed to a large extent. More than 40 crore rupees of unaccounted money, allegedly meant for voters, was seized. Now farmers in the state are hoping that the poll panel will grant them relief by easing some tough provisions of the poll code. In Chennai, Sam Daniel, 5NDTV.
Now, Now, after the many cases that have reached the doorsteps of the Madras High Court, there was a note for the state machinery today regarding the attention given to cases of sexual harassment. The court today asked the Tamil Nadu government why there were no committees to look into complaints of sexual harassment within the state police as per Supreme Court guidelines. Hearing a public interest litigation filed by a woman police constable from Erode on the reported rampant menace against women constables and police officials, the first bench asked the government pleader to reply by next week.
In 1997, the Supreme Court passed orders in a case called Vishaka case, whereby it directed constitution of committees to probe sexual harassment of working women. But even after 14 years, the Tamil Nadu State Police Force has not constituted any such committees. And a petitioner called Valli, a woman constable working in the SP's office at Erode, has preferred a public interest litigation seeking a direction to the DGP to constitute committees to probe allegations of sexual harassment inside the police force at all levels of the force, namely the police station, the SP's offices in the districts, the range offices as well as the chief office in Chennai. The matter had come up before the division bench comprising the Chief Justice. The Lordships were pleased to direct the government pleader to take instructions from the government and report back to the court on Monday.
You're watching News Tonight on NDTV Hindu. Up ahead, find out what's cooking in the love lives of Arya and Vishal.